Okay. Just to let you know, to probate judge, to my probate judge, just because I don't trust somebody like fully does not mean I have trust issues. Alright, I have like a healthy balance of what I trust people with and what I don't trust people with. It's literally called setting boundaries. I don't owe people my trust with everything. Okay, I fully trusted the dude who you choose to represent me in court, and he lied on me and said that I don't even shower and nobody could even smell me from a mile away. So, and I was only silent because I didn't know my truth. And not only that, I trusted my mom too much with my hair, and it got my hair shorter than it was supposed to be. Like, there are girls who got their hair longer in a few months, longer than mine's in a few months. Like, no. My mom put my hair in a tight cornrow, getting my hair all itchy. I thought I had lice for a minute. Like, I thought I had lice, but no, she just made it too tight. I was having some kind of contraction alopecia is the beginning of it. But yeah. So here's the thing. Just because I'm setting boundaries, just because I don't trust somebody fully with something, does not mean it's a red flag and that I'm not independent. I'm just setting boundaries and knowing what I can trust people with and what I can't trust people with. Because my mom and my sister, they're either ripping out my hair with a comb, keeping my hair from growing altogether, or they're either, how do I say this? They're either cutting my hair whenever it's time to take my braids out at the same length, preventing it from growing. And my hair is supposed to be longer. And I want my hair to be longer. If you see in my previous video, like why black people can't grow hair. Like if you can see on my video, you know why. Like when somebody destroys your trust that many times, you just can't trust them no more. You can't trust them with certain stuff no more. Like if somebody started a rumor about a secret you just told them, you would not trust them with any more of your secrets. You will not trust them anymore with your secrets. Like, I get that we have to trust somebody. Because not trusting anybody is trust issues. But how do I say this? But we can't just blindly trust people to the point where we have no common sense and we're putting ourselves in danger because we think that everybody is our friend, and there are people who do not have our best interests at heart. There are some people who have ulterior motives. There are some people who have ulterior motives. Uh, how do I say this? Like, there are people who I know who didn't have any good intentions meeting me. And it's like that. And if And there are times where I've noticed that people had no good intentions meeting me by the look of their face, by their emotions, by their body language. Like, I know the difference between a sincere person and an insincere person. If you, like, probate judge, you may think you have high intuition, but if you really had the high intuition, you would be cutting people off left and right. You would be cutting people off left and right because you will be, because as soon as you catch, how do I say this? As soon as you catch bad intentions in somebody's emotions, a certain negative micro expression, you just know somebody's up to no good, and you will just cut them off in a heartbeat. That's what it's like to have. That's what it's like to have high intuition. So yeah. So one thing is this. You can also tell by the tone of their voice. Like, if you're doing good and then their voice softens up, like in a very disappointed tone, like, oh, they do not want to see you happy. They do not want to see you do good. They're jealous. Stay away. So I see that a lot in my staff group, home members. I seen that in a lot of people. Like, whenever they be banging on my doors, banging on my walls at night, and then I be sleeping just fine. And then one of the staff members say, how you been sleeping? I just told them good. And then they have this disappointed sound in their voice, like, oh, they did not want to see me sleep well. But here's one thing: if I get them late on purpose to whatever errands, if I get them late on purpose to whatever errand that they trying to do, here's the thing: they can't leave me all sleep deprived. They can't leave me all sleep deprived and be dragging me everywhere they want to take me. So they owe me that extra rest. So I'm gonna get them late on purpose if they gonna be like, how do I say this? If they gonna be depriving me of my sleep, and if they mention to you like that I be getting them late for their appointments, that's because they do not let me sleep, and they owe me those extra minutes, those extra hours of rest. Yes, you will also see it when I start acting all drowsy during court, if that ever happens. I don't play when it comes to my nap. I let everybody know. I let everybody know, like, I don't play. So yeah. And another thing, there is a fine line between not trusting people. Like, there's a fine line between trust issues and just not trusting someone. Like, let's say, for example, if you don't trust anyone at all, regardless of how sincere somebody may be, that's trust issues. But if you are like, I don't trust you until you prove to me that you're trustworthy, or I trust you until you give me a reason not to, Those two are healthy ways of trusting and not trusting someone. So yeah, I'm a little bit of both. But I should hold on. Crap. What is going on? All right. I'm a little bit of both, but leaning more to the I don't trust you until you give me a reason to trust you. It's like you got to earn my trust. Like you got to earn my trust because there's a lot of people who be trying to con me, and then just con me in many ways. My mom tried to put me in another facility, calling herself trying to put me in an independent apartment, but like nah, kind of put me in an independent apartment. I'm like nah, I had to learn the hard way. Like I didn't go, thankfully. I didn't even sign the lease, thank God. But it was like, but it's like I had to learn this, and this is some advice to anybody who is mentally disabled. Like here's the thing: if somebody offers to help you be independent and all that stuff, if somebody offers to give you a house, of any kind, like make sure that house is not a house where you have to be supervised 24/7, not even most of the day, not even half the day, not even in any day. It should not be anything like a group home. It should not be anything like a retirement home. It should not make you feel like you're a toddler. It should not make you feel like a toddler because if it is a place where you could live in for years, live in for free, and you have to be supervised for the rest of your life, chances are you are not going to get out of that place. That's a permanent household. That's another type of group home. That is a facility. All right, that is a whole nother facility. My mom tried to set me up and put me in another facility that I can't get out of. I'm like, no, if it ain't no Section 8, if it's not a Section 8, I ain't going. But you probably won't even get me in there. I probably have to get myself in there or something like that. But yeah. So yeah. God is helping me out right now. But yeah. But here's the thing when it comes to but here's the thing when it comes to but here's the thing when it comes to here's the thing when it comes to how do I say this? Here's the thing when it comes to I'm a like Your Honor, it's like the probate judge. It's like one thing that I've learned throughout my journey is like I gotta research stuff before trusting people with their suggestions with their suggestions like before trusting people with their suggestions of things. How do I say this? Like I gotta trust people. How do I say this? I gotta research things before trusting people with their suggestions. I gotta research things online. And here's the thing about this: if somebody recommends you a place to stay, like a certain type of apartment, a certain type of program that you know nothing about, you go to online and you go to the website of the thing, and the website doesn't give you enough information about it. The website itself just tells you that it exists. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Okay, don't let nobody tell you that it's the only choice. Don't let nobody tell you that it's the only choice, all right? So, one thing about that, is this. When it comes to when it comes to so here's the thing. Avoid any place. I don't care if they say they're going to train you to be independent. All right. Pick a home, pick a apartment where you're for the already trained. Okay? Like if you ain't trained to be independent, stay at your mama's house and train yourself. Stay at your mama's house and train yourself. If if you get it, if you got it all together, avoid any place where you have to be supervised. Avoid gives me avoid any place where you have to be supervised all day, where you have no privacy. If you mentally disabled, don't think that these retirement homes are the only option for you. Like find a section 8 where they're accepting of people with mental disabilities, but at the same time not only accepting for people of mental disabilities and seniors. Like it cannot work like a facility. It cannot function like a facility. Do your research, because people, you can't just rely on the kindness of people and rely on the suggestions of people in person. Like you gotta do your research. You gotta know who you dealing with, because your independence, your freedom is nothing to mess with. Okay, my lawyer didn't even give a crap about me. All right, my lawyer didn't even give a crap about me. All right, literally, he literally, he literally told me to go to one of his offices. He literally told me to go to one of his offices. He literally told me to go to one of his offices, and then every time I go there, he's never there because he's out of town. He did that. He's always never there. He always meant to. And then every time I see him in the face, every time I see him enter court in person, he looks cockier every time. He meant to do the stuff he did. And then he never even helped me. He never even properly helped me. Like all he says is bring in the state. Me, I'm not legally binded to the state. Even though it may look like it, I'm still conserved by my mom. So yeah. Trying to get this thing out. So one thing is this. So one thing is this: if you ever, so judges, the judges, the reason why I wanted my conservatorship terminated is because my mom wasn't properly training me how to be independent. My mom wasn't properly training me how to be independent until I told on her to you guys. And even though she may give me a bit of a head start, if I keep letting her conserve me, I'ma still be living with her. Like, I'm still gonna be supervised in some place for the rest of my life. And I shouldn't have to be treated like a toddler for the rest of my life if I'm gonna learn how to be independent. Like, I shouldn't be at the same category as those severely mentally disabled people who just really couldn't take care of themselves, who couldn't even wipe by themselves, who couldn't even do all that by themselves. Like, no. So, and 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 it's like that. So one thing is this, Your Honor, don't be mad if I don't trust my mom with a type of apartment or with a type of something. I am just making my own decisions. I am making my own decisions in deciding where I wanted to go. That's it. I am making my own decisions in deciding where I wanted to go. That's being independent. Because I am not gonna be in no facility all day. Okay, I got countries to travel to. I hate this country. Seriously. I really don't like it here. I see the good things about how we had it here, but now it's just turned communist now. I see how good we have it here, but that stuff, I don't know if we're gonna keep that good over here. It's getting worse. I know, like, every country is getting worse, but at the same time, it's like now it's gone to the point where other countries are getting better than America. So yeah, God bless.